refugees and migrants at bay. While serving as a Secretary General, even during my retirement, I have been speaking out to the world leaders that please do not erect walls. Instead, you must build bridges among people. The same logic and sentiment to keep people away are easily applied to the goods and services produced by those same unwanted people. Threats of tariff and protectionism are disrupting free trade. People are increasingly looking inward as nationalism and xenophobia are spread. Human rights are no longer respected, threatening the rules-based order based on human decency and mutual respect. Development and humanitarian resources are being depleted at an alarming rate as governments are slashing their funding. This is only building up more pressures in places in dire need of help. At the same time, new technologies are altering how we communicate, how we live, and how we work. Sweeping advances in the fields of artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and robotics, things of internet, will have massive implications for the future of our countries, communities, supply chains, businesses, and interpersonal relationships. Social media has brought the world increasingly closer, but has also sowed division and discord in our societies through disinformation and hateful rhetoric spread at record speed. Here in France, you have seen some of these issues converge in recent months, and the anger and sense of marginalization in response has been manifested through the large grassroots Gilets jaunes protest, Yellow Vest, frustration at structural inequality, coupled with economic austerity policies, is understandable. And while the French people are making their democratic voices heard, violence can never be the solution. President Macron's stated understanding of the, I quote, anger and indignation of the protesters was a courageous start. Now, like many other leaders around the world, he is actively engaging in an ongoing and difficult process of dialogue among the many stakeholders of French society by touring the country and listening to the concerns of citizens and local mayors. Through his grand débat, great debate, I appreciate it. I'm confident this will be a rewarding process and France will emerge stronger. When you look around the world today, here in France and elsewhere, it is apparent that we have globalization that has led to some imbalances and a lot of inequality. We must find a mutually acceptable solution that is underpinned with sustainability for those who feel they have been left behind without sinking into populist isolationism. The main purpose and goal and vision of Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations is not to leave anybody behind. Everybody should be on board. We should understand that in our increasingly interconnected, tightly interconnected world, global challenges require inherently global solutions. This is why the United Nations has a blueprint, the 2030 Agenda, and its Sustainable Development Goals, 17 Sustainable Development Goals, aiming exactly at creating a fair globalization, advancing better conditions, and not leaving anyone behind. During my 10-year tenure as a United Nations Secretary General, I strive to execute my global leadership duties by leveraging the power of partnerships. This is very important as governments, international institutions can no longer bear these responsibilities alone in our rapidly changing world. Not a single country in this world, however powerful, however resourceful may be, France is one of them, but not a single country individual can do it alone. We have to pool all our resources, our wisdom, working together. Otherwise, it will be very hard. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to share with my thoughts on how to best approach the daunting task of ensuring that our future is sustainable, resilient, and dynamic. I propose that the key to achieving these challenges lies with industry leaders such as yourselves. If the world is to succeed in advancing sustainability and prosperity, your help is essential. That's the main reason why I'm standing before you today. Having said that, let me just expand further on the following three critical areas. The first, I will highlight how our collective future will greatly depend on the cities that are resilient and sustainable. Second, I'll discuss the most pressing threat standing in this path, that is climate change phenomenon. And third, I will underline how achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals can help us chart a thriving blueprint for the future.